A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of The Night the Fog Came.
It came from our right. We'd better take a look. Come on. We're getting close to the lake. Only this fog. Wait a minute. There. Right there. Let's take a look. I hope he's all right. Throw him over. He's dead. I know. Do you realize how he died? What do you mean? Look at him closer, Hal. His clothes aren't wet. Even his hair isn't wet. But look at the water trickling from his mouth. This man died less than a minute ago on dry land, 200 yards from the lake. And he died by drowning.
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present The Night the Fog Came. And now for our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Night the Fog Came.
If the theory of evolution is correct, then there is a connection between the minute organisms which are found to be living in water and life as we know it today. But what connection with us did those things have which came from out of the fog? What connection with human life did those horrible creatures who came from the depths have? And what is their purpose? Why did they suddenly appear and destroy, then vanish as suddenly as they had come? I shall tell you as much as I know about it. Listen to the tale of The Night the Fog Came. The first inkling of their existence came to us as we were going through some routine research. I dropped over to the lab to see Hal. Harold Enroth was perhaps one of the foremost men in his field. Our friendship stretched back for many years. I'd been away for a while, and so I dropped in at the lab to see him one morning.
Jeff, you old dog, you're a sight for sore eyes.
How are things going, Al?
Fine, couldn't be better. How'd you like your vacation?
I can't wait till next year. I hated to come back.
You know, Jeff, I'm glad you dropped in. I have a little problem.
Oh? What is it, money?
No, not that. Here, I'll show you. Pull those blinds, will you?
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
You are?
I have a specimen here on the slide. I want you to take a look at it.
Go ahead. Turn the projector on.
All right. There. What do you think of that?
I don't know. It looks like some form of water life. I don't think I've ever seen it before.
This has been enlarged 100 times. There's no use trying to recognize what it is. It's a form of water life completely unknown to us.
A new form of life. Where did you get this?
It's a specimen of water one of our field researchers took from the westernmost tip of Lake Superior, somewhere near the Wisconsin-Minnesota border.
Have you contacted anyone else about it?
No.
Why not?
Well, it's...
Come on. Don't try to avoid telling me, Hal. We know each other too well for that.
All right. Listen to me, Jeff.
All right.
Everything I say is fact. I've conducted countless tests to discover what I do know about this form of life. That thing is able to reproduce itself.
A hydra type?
Possibly. But that's beside the point right now. What's more important, all trace of the other organisms in that drop of water has disappeared.
Are you serious?
Of course I am. And another thing. There was a little mist hovering above what was left of the water.
A mist?
That's what I call it. Something like fog.
Why, that's impossible.
No, it's not. I know that when the water evaporated, it should have been dispersed into the air. Eventually it was, but not for several hours.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hal. I still can't.
Here, I'll show you. We have a little of the water left.
It's over here in this jar.
Look and see for yourself.
Well, it looks just like ordinary water.
I know it does. But believe me when I say it isn't. Now, it'll take just about 3 minutes. Do you see what's happening?
I can't believe my eyes.
See that little cloud of misty vapor beginning to form like fog?
Yes. But what causes it?
I wish I knew. Our field men say the conditions up there are getting to be unbearable. The whole area for 100 square miles is almost covered completely by this fog.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going up there myself. Jeff, if I send for you, will you join me?
Of course.
I may need you. I may need everyone I can get. It's begun to prey on my mind, Jeff. Somehow I think there's something back of this. Something the likes of which the world has never seen. Something evil.
Hal went up there the afternoon of the morning I had seen him. At first he wrote that the reports had been exaggerated. Then he discovered that all traces of the new form of life had disappeared. He decided to return. I was quite glad to get that letter from Hal. Before he had gone up there, he had been quite worried. The only thing I couldn't understand was what had become of the new water life form. The day before he was to return to the city... Hello?
Jeff, this is Hal.
Where are you? I thought you...
I had them put me through direct to you, Jeff. I need your assistance.
What's the matter?
I've already called Arnold Simpson and Jack Rackham. They've agreed to come. I need you too, Jeff, just as soon as you can possibly make it.
Don't worry, Hal. I'll be there.
Remember, as soon as you can possibly make it.
I knew Arnold Simpson, and he and I went up together. The train left Chicago and headed north, and then slightly west over Illinois and Wisconsin. Simpson and I talked it over on our way up there. Hal talked to you before he left, didn't he, Arnold?
Yes, he did. I never had enough time to get up to his lab so he could show me what it was, but his words were description enough. Frankly, I'm worried.
In what way?
Jeff, why should a new form of water life suddenly appear? Why should it destroy everything with which it comes into contact? And why should the mist or the fog appear to be so dense and heavy?
I don't know.
That's just the trouble. We don't know. Where has this form of life been, or did it just develop? What's its reason for being here?
Perhaps we'll find the answers to those questions when we get there, Arnold.
Perhaps. But I'm convinced of this much, Jeff. Whatever it is, whatever that fog is hiding, poses a new problem for us. A problem which may be unsolvable. And which could very well destroy the human race.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Night the Fog Came.
Simpson seemed disinclined to talk, and so we spent the remainder of the trip in silence, both of us lost in our thoughts. We arrived at the town and then hired a car to take us to the little village, where we would find Hal Enroth. The closer we came to our final destination, the darker the sky became, and the air was heavy with a mist which was both damp and clammy. It was an old rickety car, and the roads were little better than the ground on either side of it. The car stopped a few hundred feet from our destination. You gotta walk the rest of the way.
You said you'd drive us all the
Look,
way.
mister, I come farther than I was going to in the first place. I ain't no mood to go into the woods up there. If you're gonna go, then you walk in.
Jeff, can't you do something?
I don't think so.
Here's your pay.
Thanks. Let's go, Arnold. It could be worse, Arnold.
I suppose so. You seem genuinely afraid.
Aren't you?
A little.
Hey, we must be pretty close to the lake.
I've never seen the fog this thick. It's unnatural.
Eventually, we made it up to the house. Hal was there waiting for us and showed us where we would sleep. Through the window, I could see that the fog seemed to be getting thicker.
That's an eerie, lonely sound.
You get used to it after you've been here for a while.
Hal, you wrote me that this fog, the new form of life, had disappeared.
It had. But 2 days ago, it suddenly reappeared. And with it, the fog returned.
Then there must be a connection between the two.
Yes, but what?
I haven't any idea. Look, I have to go down to the village for some food. We don't have enough here to feed 4 of us. Will you come with me, Jeff?
Certainly.
I'll be right back, Arnold. It's only about a mile away near the lake.
Go ahead.
That trip made me tired.
I think I'll take a nap.
The house in which we were staying was on a high level of ground which tapered off on the side facing the lake.
It was only 3 in the afternoon, but it looked almost as dark as late evening. And there was something about that cloudy mist. It was cold and clammy and smelled strongly of the lake. I don't see how you were able to stand it up here by yourself.
Well, I had a lot of things to interest me.
I was all ready to meet you at the station, but then when I got your call, I didn't know what to think.
I wish I could understand this, Jeff. The fog disappeared when the water life disappeared. When signs of this strange new form of life showed again, the fog came back. Why?
Maybe we can find the answer to that.
I hope so. Actually, the sound of that foghorn does get on your nerves.
Yes, I can imagine it would.
You know, if this were a clear day, you could see the village from here.
Oh?
Actually, it's just a tiny resort town for fishermen and hunters. And it's located right on the westernmost tip of the lake. Imagine it must...
It came from our right. We'd better take a look. Come on.
We're getting close to the lake. If only this fog would...
Wait a minute. There, right there. Let's take a look. I hope he's all right.
All right. Roll him over.
Okay.
He's dead.
I know. But do you realize how he died?
What do you mean?
Look at him closer, Hal. His clothes aren't wet. Even his hair isn't wet. But look at the water trickling from his mouth. This man died less than a minute ago on dry land, 200 yards from the lake. And he died by drowning.
That's not possible. Are you sure he drowned?
There must be a doctor down at the village. Let's take him down there and see what the doctor says. Only I'm sure he'll agree with me. Together, we carried the man down to the village. Luckily for us, he was of slight build, not too heavy. It took us almost half an hour to get him down there. When we finally did arrive, it took another few minutes to locate the doctor.
What do you think, Doctor?
Get them out of here. All right. Will you please wait outside? The doctor can't work with you in here.
He's just like all the others, ain't he, Doc?
Please, wait outside. Thank you. What did he mean by he's just like all the others, Doctor?
Just what he said. Ever since this fog has settled down again, 5 people have died.
All in the same way?
Yes.
You mean by drowning?
That's right.
I can't understand how this man we found could die by drowning when he wasn't in the water. You know, he reached him about a minute after he screamed. How could he drown?
Professor Enroth, I've been asking myself that same question about all the others. I've been almost half insane these past 2 days trying to find the solution.
Dr. Craig, this fog, has it always been like this in the area?
No, not until about 2 months ago.
Which coincides with the time we first discovered that new form of water life.
What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. We're doing a little research work up here, that's all.
If this keeps up, I'm afraid of what might happen. I've never seen anything like it before. The fog, those deaths, how can they be explained?
We don't know, Doctor. We just don't know. When we got back to the house, we discovered that Simpson had indeed taken a nap. Our arrival must have awakened him, for as we entered, he came slowly down the stairs from the second floor.
Need any help?
No, we can manage, but come out to the kitchen with us.
What's the matter with you two?
We found a dead man on our way to the village. Are you serious?
Let's set those bags on the table.
All right. Oh, I'm not joking, Arnold. We heard a scream. It took us about a minute to get to him. He was dead when we got there.
A knife? Drowned.
What? On dry land, 200 yards from the lake.
You must be insane.
No, it's the truth, Arnold. And there have been 4 other deaths just like it.
When did they happen?
In the last 2 days.
Since the fog reappeared.
That's right.
Then there is a definite connection between this fog and the new life form you've discovered, Hal.
That's right. But what's the connection?
We'd gotten back to the house about 6 o'clock. It was about 7 that it happened. Simpson said he was going outside for a minute. He opened the door.
I just want to get outside for a minute.
Good heavens. What's wrong? Take a look.
The fog is so thick.
I've never seen anything like that before.
Shut the door. Some of it's getting inside.
It's moving along the floor.
Shut the door!
Did you see it?
Yes.
The fog. Just like it was alive. Moving like a living thing. Creeping along the floor.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Night the Fog Came.
When Simpson had opened the door, the fog crept into the house in little wisps that curled and snaked this way and that. It looked like a thing alive.
You saw it, didn't you, Hal?
Yes, I saw it.
What does it mean?
I'm afraid of what it means.
You mean you know?
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm afraid I'm not. It's just possible that this form of life has developed from something that was present in the water all the time. The great brute animals ruled the world before man appeared and then were destroyed. Eventually, mankind wrested the supremacy of the earth from the other animal and plant life. Perhaps the cycle is to continue. Perhaps, after man, this new form of life.
As the minutes passed by, we noticed that little slips of the fog began inching their way through every opening of the house. It was Simpson who pointed down at the bottom of the door and first brought it to our attention. We began to plug up all the openings in the house. At first, we did it slowly, but as time passed, we worked faster and more feverishly. No matter how tired we became, we had to finish the job, or the fog might claim the house, too. It was too quiet. The only thing we heard was the distant, monotonous call of the foghorn. And then Hal broke the silence.
Do you know why this fog is so thick?
I wish I did.
This might be insane, but it has to be the answer. That fog is carrying moisture, a lot of it, perhaps enough to also carry this new form of life. To move it from place to place, to spread it even farther. To kill everything which stands in its way.
That might be it.
It is. I'm sure it is.
Well, in that case, what happened to break it up the first time?
And that's the solution to the problem. I don't know what it is, but it did break it up the first time. It drove it back, down to the depths from where it came. That's why there was no sign of it in the water.
It came from right outside the house.
Racco. He said he was going to arrive this evening.
We better take a look.
Bring the flashlight.
Right. Let's go.
That light can carry more than a few feet.
It's so wet out here.
Over there. Look. Little pinpoints of light dancing up and down, all clustered together.
That must be it. Come on. It's spreading out.
Look. There, on the ground. It's Racco.
The same way. The same way as the other one.
The little specks of dancing luminescence had withdrawn from Rackau's body, but now we noticed that there seemed to be more of them. We carried the body back to the house. We'd forgotten to close the door behind us, and some of the fog had gotten inside. It wasn't too bad, however, and little by little it began to disperse.
Look out that window.
Yes, I see them. Gathering together with a whole mass, getting larger and larger all the time. Separating like the Hydra. It must be destroyed.
Yes, but how?
They created the fog. That must be the only way they can travel on land. They must have a basic water carrier.
Have you realized what this means?
What are you getting at?
The area this fog now covers is 100 square miles. Every animal in this area may lose its life. And then what happens? They divide again and again and again. And the area of the fog keeps getting larger all the time. If it isn't stopped now, while we still have a chance, it may never be stopped.
And I ask you the same question, Simpson. How?
I don't know.
Someone's outside. Let them in quickly. They're moving towards the house.
Thank goodness. I didn't think I'd make it.
It's a miracle that you did.
Sit down, Doctor.
Thank you. I was out for a call on my way back to town. I noticed how thick the fog was. And then I noticed the animals lying dead in the forest. The smell of their death was in the air. I continued on towards the town. And then I saw the bodies lying just where they had fallen. The whole town seemed to be covered by a strange luminescent mass which in some manner moved. I was afraid. Then I thought of you people in this house, and I got here as soon as I could.
I don't know how long we'll be able to withstand them, Doctor. I'm sure the townspeople are dead now. In fact, almost every living creature in the area must be dead.
But what is it? What caused it?
If we get out of this alive, Doctor, we'll tell you.
Look outside. It must have split again. It's twice the size it was.
What are we going to do?
Look into the doorway. They're getting through.
Plug it up. Use some newspaper, clothes, anything. We've got to stop it.
Constant opening and closing of the door. Loosen the other things we had down there.
I think there was.
Look, the things that did get in.
First you see their light, and then they're gone. What happens to them? Perhaps we can't see them.
Or perhaps they die.
Al, wait a minute. Your first letters to me mentioned the fact that the mist had been dispersed. What caused it?
I don't know.
Doctor, you're a native of these parts.
Yes.
I want you to tell me about anything unusual which happened that day.
Well, I don't remember anything about that day particularly. I remember I was quite pleased to see that the fog had lifted. It was a beautiful day. Unseasonably warm. In fact, the sun was quite hot.
Heat. I wonder if
what, Jeff?
These things, these Hydra-type creatures must die in the heat. This house is quite warm. The day the fog was dispersed was warm with a bright sun. Perhaps that's the answer. Doctor, is there any fire break around this area?
Well, there was one cut through the trees several years ago.
Yes.
In case of a fire, a bad one, in the heavy timberlands. Everyone was instructed to get into this area.
In other words, there's a complete fire break around this entire area.
Yes. It comprises about 150 square miles.
And that's it. It's the only chance we have. We'll burn out this area and hope it drives them back.
There's some oil downstairs.
Get it. We'll start the fire here and hope it sets fire to the trees surrounding this house.
Be right back.
We'll have to make a run for it once this place is on fire. We may not come out of this alive, but we can try. The last. Good. Now, everybody knows what...
You'd better light it.
Those things outside, they're going to get in. Each man will carry a torch.
Yes.
All right, light your torches.
All right.
And then set fire to this house.
Right. Lighting mine.
Right. And yours, huh? Right. One more.
Right. Under the door. They're pouring in under the door. Set the house on fire. Let's get out of here. No matter what happens, keep hold of those torches. They're afraid of fire. All right, make a run for it. Come on, Doctor. Forget it. Come on,
The fire caught hold, and the entire area was burned out. A week later, the smoke had cleared, and the fire was out. There was no sign of the fog, which had meant death to so many things. I had caught a glimpse of the doctor. He had dropped his torch, and it had gone out. He was immediately engulfed in those luminescent killers. I'm going back up there with Enroth and Simpson. Though there is now no trace of those things in the water, still we know they lurk somewhere, waiting for their moment. We must destroy them, once and for all, before that moment arrives.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the return from death.
You mean that You can bring him back to life?
I know I can. There, everything's ready. Will you step back, David?
Of course.
Now to turn on the machine. You'll see for yourself what I mean. Now to induce the charge.
How much voltage are you using?
25,000. That's enough. Now look at him, David.
Wait. He's alive. He was dead, but now he's alive.
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present The Return from Death. And now for our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Return from Death.
Dr. Jason Sinclair was a brilliant man. He was one of my instructors at medical school. He gave of his knowledge freely, creating in the students a desire to learn, imparting some of his own enthusiasm for his subject into the minds of his students. I always looked forward to his classes. After I received my degree, I lost track of him for several years. But one evening, when I was ready to leave the research center... Hello?
May I speak to David Cummings?
Speaking.
David, this is Jason Sinclair.
Dr. Sinclair, it's good to hear from you.
I was wondering if you'd remember me.
Of course I would. All of us who studied under you owe you more than we can ever repay.
What are you doing this evening?
Well, actually nothing.
I'd like to see you, David. Why don't you come over to the house tonight?
It'll be a pleasure. You still live at the same place?
Yes, the world may change, David, but Jason Sinclair and his habits don't. I'll be expecting you about 8:30. Good to see you, David. Come in.
Good to see you, Dr. Sinclair.
You can forget the doctor part of it, David. Call me Jason. You're not in school now.
How long's it been? I've lost all track of time.
You received your degree in 1943. It's been 10 years.
I didn't realize it was so long. You haven't changed, you know, Jason.
Only 10 years older, that's all. Oh, do you remember my daughter, David? I believe she was
That's right. She was in my class. How are you, Elaine?
Fine, David. It's good to see you again.
Are you working with your father?
Yes.
Sit down, David. Sit down. Can I pour you a drink?
Not right now, thanks. Are you still with the college, Jason?
No, I left there some time ago.
Oh, really? How come?
I wanted to devote more time to research.
I see.
David, are you happy with your present position?
Well, I hadn't stopped to think about it. I guess I am.
That's a shame.
Why do you say that?
I was wondering if you'd like to work with me.
I don't know. I hope you'll forgive me for hesitating, Jason, but I've been with Associated Chemical for several years.
I understand, David. It's only natural that you'd hesitate.
Why, of course. Dad doesn't want to push you into this, David. You're perfectly free not to accept.
Of course, I would like to have you with me. I can guarantee you more than you're getting now.
Well, that's a pretty good inducement.
I'd like to work with you, David. I'm sure you'll find it interesting.
What are you working on, Jason?
Come, I'll take you downstairs, and you can see for yourself. Do you remember some of our discussions years ago about death and the possibility of bringing back to life a man that medical science had pronounced dead?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's what I've been working on.
Oh? Have you had any success?
Quite a lot. More than I'd expected this early. I'll show you. The rabbit you see on the table is dead. I'd like to have you examine it, if you will.
Yes, he's dead, I'd say, for at least 2 hours.
Very close, David. A few minutes longer, that's all.
What do you intend doing?
We'll see. I've already given him the preliminary injection, David, to save time. You know, of course, that all life has a connection with electricity. We think we send out small charges of electricity along the nerve network, which in turn activates our muscles.
You mean that you can bring him back to life?
I know I can. There, everything's ready. Will you step back, David?
Of course.
Now to turn on the machine. You'll see for yourself what I mean. Now to induce the charge.
How much voltage are you using?
25,000. That's enough. Now look at him, David.
What? He's alive. This animal's alive.
Yes, David.
But there's something strange about him.
How do you mean?
I don't know. I can't explain it.
You're imagining it, David. You saw him dead, now you see him alive. The sight is foreign to your mind.
Perhaps.
I've learned the secret, David. Now we can restore to the living those who have passed into the realm of death.
Although Jason Sinclair passed over my objection, I still couldn't get the thought from my mind. There was something strange about the animal. Something seemed to be missing. We went back upstairs. Jason left the room to get the papers he'd written explaining the various steps he'd taken in his experiments. I was left alone with Elaine.
Did you see it?
Yes. It's amazing.
Are you going to work with him?
I think so.
David, I wish you wouldn't.
Why not?
Did you notice the rabbit after he returned it back to life?
Yes.
David, didn't it look foreign to you, as if something were missing?
I noticed something, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
That's what I mean. David, I don't think you should do it.
I don't see why. Elaine, think what a boon this will be to the world.
Will it, David?
Well, of course.
I'm not too sure about that.
Elaine, you, of all people, should have faith in your father.
I don't, though, David.
Why not?
Because I don't believe that once an animal is dead, it should be returned to life. It should remain dead. Because when it dies, its spirit dies with it. And when Dad brings these creatures back, the animal lives, true enough. But, David, it's like an automaton. The body may live, but the thing which gave it personality is dead.
I'm still going to work with him, Elaine.
Do you know what you're getting into? Dad is a precisionist. He'll experiment and experiment until finally he'll want to try it on a man. And where is that man going to come from, David? Where is he going to come from?
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Return from Death.
I was in the house of Jason Sinclair. A few minutes before, I'd been witness to a scene which had amazed me. As I saw it, I made up my mind to work with Jason. We went back upstairs, and when Jason left the room, his daughter tried to dissuade me from my decision.
I'm serious, David. Where is he going to come from?
I don't know.
Then you're going to go through with it.
Yes.
I warned you, David. Remember that.
Here are the papers, David.
Oh, thank you.
Look them over. They contain all the notes I've made on the experiment.
I will, Jason.
Are you going to work with me?
Yes.
Good. You'll have to give the organization for which you're working now at least 2 weeks' notice.
Of course.
If you like, you can live here with us. Do you have any relatives, David?
No.
Glad to hear that. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Two weeks later, I moved in with Jason Sinclair, and we began working. We conducted experiments, making a few changes, altering the content of the preparatory injection, resetting the amount of voltage required, progressing from the lower stages of animal life ever higher. And then one night, he told me what he intended doing next.
David, have you heard of Terry Whalen?
Whalen? Oh, yes. He's going to die next week for the murder of that old man.
That's right. We're going down to the prison tomorrow to see him.
Why, Dad?
Whalen has no relatives, no one to bury him after his death except for the state.
What do you mean?
I believe we can have access to his body after he's executed.
You mean you intend using him as a subject?
That's correct.
But if we're successful, Jason, won't it be dangerous to return a killer back to life?
Not if we watch him. Not if we can destroy his urge to kill.
Dad, I don't think you should do it. He's a dangerous man.
Nonsense, Elaine. We'll increase the amount of voltage, David. Enough to destroy that part of his brain which motivates his desire to kill. Perhaps he'll completely change.
Use someone else, Dad, not Terry Whalen.
Where would I get someone else, Elaine?
We arose early the following day and drove out to the prison. Jason was well known and thought highly of in official circles. We were allowed to talk to the warden, and Jason convinced him that Whalen's body would be used for medical research, but He neglected to tell him how it would be used. Then we were allowed to talk to Whalen.
Just a few minutes, Dr. Sinclair.
I understand.
Who are you?
My name is Jason Sinclair, Mr. Whalen.
What do you want?
To talk to you.
So talk?
You're to be executed next week, Mr. Whalen.
Look, if you come here just to tell me that, I got a surprise for you. I already know it.
I'm a doctor, Terry. We'd like to use you as the subject of an experiment.
Sure, go right ahead.
Not now, Terry, after you've been executed.
What do you mean? Where are you from? You from one of those medical colleges? Listen, I don't go for that stuff. No, sir, if that's what you're here for,
Terry. I propose to bring you back to life.
You mean after I'm dead?
That's right.
You're crazy. You sound like you've been in stir too long.
I'm serious. We can do it.
You mean you can actually bring me back to life?
That's right.
That's pretty good. And they can't punish me a second time, can they? They can't kill me twice.
You agree to it, then?
Sure, Sawbones. Sure, I agree to it. Anything to get another chance.
Jason made arrangements for an ambulance to pick up Whalen's body a short time after the execution. That night, the night Whalen settled his Denver estate, a storm broke. We stayed at the house and waited. The ambulance was already at the prison, waiting for its passenger.
What time is it?
Almost 12.
I wish you hadn't arranged all this then.
Nonsense, Elaine.
Well, that is 12 o'clock.
Time is to die.
It's only taken 3 hours, even in this storm, to get back here, Jason.
That's right. When they do, David, they'll have Whalen with them.
We waited there at the house. The storm was the perfect background for the strange mood which had seized hold of each of us. A short time after 3, the ambulance pulled into the driveway, and we went down and opened the basement door. They brought him in and sat him on a table.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. You ready, David?
I guess so.
I'll prepare the hypodermic, then. We'll give him 20 cc's of this.
No more than that?
Of course not. There. That does it. Now, help me attach the wires.
Dealing with death has always frightened me.
It's foolish, my boy. As a scientist, you should never allow yourself to be subjective about things. You must be completely objective. There. I believe that'll do it.
Dr. Sinclair.
Anything wrong, David?
Maybe we ought not go through with this.
You can't turn back now?
No, I suppose not.
Shall we begin? Switch it on. It has a pleasant sound, hasn't it, David? What's the reading?
10,000.
Increase the charge. The reading?
15,000. 20,000. 23,000. 24,000. 25,000. Shall we stop?
No. You must destroy his desire to kill.
26,000. 27,000.
That's enough. Turn it off. Now, take a look at him. Place the contact microphone in his chest, David.
Yes, Jason.
Listen, David. You're listening to the sound of his heart, David. The beating heart of a dead man. We've succeeded. We've brought him back from death.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Return from Death.
It was a wet and storming night. Jason Sinclair hovered over the body on the table in the center of his basement laboratory. I stood just behind him, watching a dead man return to life.
Listen, David. You're listening to the sound of his heart. We've brought him back from death. Remove the contact, Mike.
Jason, look at his eyes. They're open.
Yes, I see. Whalen? Can you hear me? Answer me, Whalen. Think what this means, David. He can tell us what it was like to be dead. The first man ever to know the secret. Whalen, answer me.
The strap's taken off.
All right, let's loosen them. Now, how do you feel, Whalen?
Look out, Jason. He's getting off the table.
Nothing to be afraid of, David.
He didn't limp before, did he?
No. Some of the motor section of the brain must have been damaged.
He's coming toward us.
Don't move. You might frighten him.
Look at his eyes, Jason. They're not human.
Quiet, David. He's trying to say something. I can't understand you, Whalen. What are you trying to say?
He's patting you on the back.
Trying to thank me, no doubt. All right, that's enough, Whalen. I understand you appreciate... Take his hand away from my throat, David.
That's enough, Whalen.
Look out, David.
I see him.
You knocked him out.
Yes.
You shouldn't have done that.
Are you serious, Jason? I was protecting myself and you, for that matter.
He wouldn't have hurt me.
You didn't seem to think that when he had his fingers around your throat.
Well, I admit that I was frightened.
All right. What are we going to do with him?
Well, keep him down here. Teach him to talk again. Seems to have lost the power of coherent speech.
Look at him, Jason.
Why? Is there anything wrong?
I don't know. But looking at his face now, I have the strangest feeling that he's not really a human being anymore. That something's missing. That he's a mad, vicious creation of the devil.
You're talking like a fool, David. Perhaps you're tired. I know I am. He can't get out of here. We'll lock the doors and the windows are barred. Let's go upstairs.
All right, Jason. But remember what I said. We placed him back on the table, taking the precaution of strapping him down in case he should awaken. Then Jason locked the doors and took the keys with him. We went upstairs.
I've been waiting for you.
Then I thought you were asleep.
No, I couldn't sleep.
You should have come downstairs and joined us, then, Elaine.
You brought him back?
Yes.
How did he react?
Not as well as he might have, Elaine.
Anything wrong?
No, nothing.
He tried to kill your father.
What?
He was merely trying to thank me, David. He's probably suffering from a sort of amnesia. He doesn't realize his own strength. He's like a baby.
You know that's not true, sir. He's an inhuman, vicious killer.
Oh, you should never have done this, Dad.
Will you both be quiet? I'm tired of listening to you.
What?
I don't like to admit it. But I know I've been wrong. I'm sorry, my dear. I lost my temper. I shouldn't have. I know it's because I think you're both partially right.
How do you mean, Jason?
There is something inhuman about that thing that was a man downstairs. I noticed it tonight when his hands were around my throat. In his eyes, that intangible something that makes an animal a man is missing. In its place, I see the eyes of a madman with no soul.
Oh, what are we going to do?
I don't know.
Maybe we haven't failed, sir. Maybe because we're tired, we think we have. It may look completely different to us after a few hours of sleep.
What was that?
Came from downstairs.
Whalen.
We had him strapped to the table.
He must have gotten loose.
That was the door. He's trying to knock the door down.
We have to stop him.
But how?
Elaine, get my gun.
All right, Dad. I'll be right back.
I tried not to admit it, David, but that was only lying to myself. You and Elaine brought me to my senses. You were right all along, about the rabbit, about the other animals, and especially about Whalen. He must be destroyed. He's a monster without feeling.
Here, Dad. Here's the gun.
Thanks. I'm going down there and...
You won't have to go down there. That was the door.
Listen, he's coming up the stairs.
Turn the lights out, David.
Yes, sir.
I'm going out in the hall to meet him.
No, Dad.
No, let him come in here. We'll stay right over here on this side of the room.
All right, Dad.
Be quiet.
He's coming.
I don't want to shoot him. I'd rather take him alive.
You'll have to shoot him.
Oh, yes, Dad.
He's just outside the door.
David, I'm afraid.
Be quiet.
There he is.
Were you close?
He's searching for me.
Be quiet.
He's looking this way. Use the gun, Jason. Pull the trigger.
He's still coming. Is he dead?
Yes.
Look at his face now, David.
Yes. I see it.
It's composed. It looks human again. Perhaps we're not meant to tamper with the natural laws of life and death, David. I see that now. But it took Wayland's return from death to prove it to me.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
Now for our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Demon of the Night. There are two ways of looking at it. Either one believes that they died accidentally from natural causes, or else we have to admit that there was something in the darkness waiting for them. Waiting for anyone who'd be unsuspecting enough to walk alone at night. I leave it up to you. Decide for yourself whether Raphael Sebastian was a maniacal killer, or whether he was what so many people have called him, a creature of the darkness, spawned in the mind of evil in the darkness of night, running on all fours to leap upon his unsuspecting victim. He came to our town on the midnight train. Why I happened to be there at the station I attribute to restlessness. Sheriff Craig was there, too. Who's that? Ken Parker, Sheriff. What are you doing down here? I couldn't sleep. She's right on time. Yeah. Why did you come down here? I don't know. Figured I might as well walk down to the station and see who might be getting off the midnight train. Then you knew he was coming tonight? Who was coming? Sebastian. You mean the man who bought the old Glamour place? That's right. No, I didn't. I'm kind of anxious to see you. It's funny the way he bought the place, wasn't it? Yeah. Calling up at night when the real estate office was shut down. Having old Matt Ryerson describe the place to him over the phone. Then mailing a check from there. Kind of anxious to see how he looks. Now, here's the train. Right on time. Back at the last car, someone's getting off. That must be him. He's looking around. Supposed to meet him. Oh, he's coming this way. Maybe we can help him. Mr. Sebastian. You looking for someone? I slipped my slippers on the hay. He's supposed to meet me here. Guess he's late. I'm the sheriff. Al Craig's my name. And this here's Ken Parker.
I'm pleased to meet you.
How do you do?
Did you come down here to see me?
Yes and no.
What do you mean by that?
I was kind of interested in you. I mean, the way you bought the old Glamour place and everything. I wanted to see the man who bought it over the telephone. And besides, I couldn't sleep.
Who told you I was coming?
Old Matt Ryerson, the real estate agent.
And you, Mr. Parker, why did you come down?
I don't know, Mr. Sebastian. I guess I couldn't sleep either.
Well, it's rather late. You should not... Oh, here he comes. I must talk to him about being late. It's been very pleasant meeting you, gentlemen. I hope that we may meet again quite soon.
Thank you, Mr. Sebastian. I imagine we'll be seeing you around.
I imagine you will, Sheriff. Good night.
All right. I get a funny feeling about that man, Ken.
How do you mean?
I can't explain it. His eyes look sort of funny. And his hands. Did you notice his hands?
Yes, I did.
Notice how they were just covered with hair? Thick and furry, just like an animal.
I was a little surprised that the sheriff had fastened upon the same things I had. There was only one light on the deserted station platform, but Raphael Sebastian had stopped directly beneath it while he waited for his car. There was something strange about his eyes. But the thing which had sent an unaccountable tremor of fear through me was his hands. They were small hands, graceful and well-formed. But they were covered with a thick coating of hair, and as Craig had said, they did remind one of the fur of an animal. Perhaps I should mention that I owned the paper in this small town we live in. It was always news to us to note the departures and arrivals in the town. So I knew that Saturday, when the Gazette came out, it would have an item about Sebastian's arrival. Both Sheriff Craig and I lived in the outskirts of the town. So I drove him back to his house and stopped in for a cup of coffee.
I hope you don't mind it being a little strong.
That's the way I like it, Sheriff.
Sue always makes it so weak I can't stand to drink the stuff. Tastes like dirty dishwater. Cream and sugar?
No, I like it black.
Appreciate the flavor, huh?
So do I.
Paper getting along all right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing a good job since your father died, Ken. I didn't...
Listen.
Yeah, I hear it.
Must be a dog.
Ain't no dog. No dog ever howls like that.
And what is it?
Haven't been any of those critters anywhere near here in a long time.
You mean that's a wolf?
That's what it is. Shot a lot of them when I was young.
Probably out looking for food.
Maybe.
There it is again.
And it gives you the creeps, don't it?
A little.
Sounds like a big one. Maybe we'd better go up.
What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like a window breaking. Isn't any mistaking that sound? That was a scream. Come on, right.
The only other house out here is Widow Brady's.
Scream must have come from there, then. Don't see any lights on.
That definitely came from her house.
I know it. Mrs. Brady!
Maybe the door's unlocked.
No, she always leaves it locked. Mrs. Brady! Listen, sounds like an animal. Come on. We're going to break this door open. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. In together.
Let's do it again.
She's sleeping on the first floor bedroom. Just follow me.
Mrs. Brady.
The light's right here. Mrs. Brady. Some animal must have been in here. Look at her. It's a horrible way to die.
We'll return to the tale of the Demon of the Night in just a moment. Back now to the Hall of Fantasy and the tale of The Demon of the Night. I had stopped at Sheriff Craig's house for a late cup of coffee. We had just returned from the station in our first meeting with Rocio Sebastian. A scream had echoed in the night. We raced outside to see what was wrong. What we found was death.
That wolf again.
You think that wolf killed Mrs. Brady?
That's what it looks like, doesn't it?
What are you going to do?
That animal's got to be killed. That's what I'm going to do.
Craig went out by himself that night in an attempt to track the animal. But though the tracks were quite clear outside the broken window, it was impossible to follow them. By morning, a light rain had sprung up, and all traces of the tracks disappeared. I was at the paper the following day, getting everything ready to go to press.
Ken!
Oh, Alice, I'm sorry, darling. I didn't see you come in.
I'm beginning to feel jealous of that typewriter. What are you writing now?
Well, the story of what happened last night.
It's already all over the town.
Yes, I know. But they'll read about it just the same.
Matt Ryerson told me that an animal had killed Mrs. Brady.
That's right.
He said something about a big wolf. Is that true?
As far as Craig and I know.
Well, they'd better catch the animal and kill it, Ken. The town's getting panicky.
Well, Craig was going to trail it, but when the rain came this morning, there wasn't any trail to follow.
Oh, it's not raining now.
Well, don't you see, Alice? The rain washed the tracks away.
You two talking over your marriage plan?
No, Sheriff. We were talking about what happened last night.
I thought you might be different. Whole town's talking about that.
Anything new, Sheriff?
Not a thing. Town's getting all head up about it. I don't like it.
Anything I can do for you, Sheriff?
Yeah, Ken, I'm going out to see that Sebastian fella. Want to come along?
Of course.
Sebastian?
Came in last night on the midnight train.
Well, what are you going out to see him for?
Just to see him, that's all.
Sheriff Craig and I went out to his car, got in, and drove out to the old Glaymore mansion. It was a few miles out of town, well back from the highway. We turned into the gravel road that led to the house. It'll be pretty nice to see this old place fixed up. Certainly gone to ruin since Glaymore died.
It will be nice to see it fixed up, but
But what?
Yeah, I don't know. This killing's got me down.
Don't worry, Craig. You'll get the wolf.
I hope so.
Well, we're here.
Now, let's go.
Right. All that rain this morning has certainly turned into a nice day.
Kind of a day I like to go fishing.
Yeah, me too.
I guess that servant of his must have come out early to get the house in order. Use the knocker kit.
Good afternoon, Sheriff.
Afternoon, Mr. Sebastian.
Are you here on business?
A little.
Won't you come in, then?
Thanks.
You certainly cleaned it up in here.
My servant, Carlos, was here for some time.
Sit down if you will, huh? Now, what can I do for you?
Last night, when you were driving out here, did you see or hear anything?
I don't understand. Like a wolf. A wolf?
That's right.
No, I didn't. Why do you ask?
We had a killing in town last night.
You mean someone was murdered?
Yes. By a wolf. At least that's what we think it is.
What happened? Was someone out walking? No, the wolf broke through a window to enter the house. Oh, that sounds impossible to believe.
Yeah, I know. I just want to warn you, living way out here the way you do, to make sure you have plenty of protection.
Do not worry, Sheriff. I am able to protect myself. Did the animal leave any trail? Yes, he did.
Yeah, but I couldn't follow it in the dark. And when it was light enough to see, a storm started and washed out the tracks.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, you keep your eyes open, Mr. Sebastian.
I will, Sheriff.
Come on, Ken, let's go.
We went outside, got into the car, and started back to town. We'd driven for about 5 minutes before I realized that something was different about Sebastian. I think Sheriff Craig realized it at the same time. Sheriff?
What?
I just thought of something.
So did I.
You notice his hands?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, too.
There was no hair on them at all. At first I thought we must have been mistaken the night before, but then I wasn't so sure. Both Sheriff Craig and I had seen his hands the night before. Both of us couldn't be mistaken. We didn't have much time for further speculation, however. I had to get back to the paper. I was behind in my work, and I had to make up for lost time. About 8 o'clock that evening, Alice came down to help me. We worked steadily until almost 11.
You all through?
Yeah? What time is it?
Oh, almost 11.
Well, I'd better get you home. Finish up in the morning.
Well, I can go home alone if you want to stay here, Ken.
No, Alice, I don't want you out in the streets now, not where there's any chance of that animal returning. Let's go.
I've never seen the town look so deserted at 11 o'clock.
You're all afraid.
Oh, look, there's Sheriff Craig.
The sheriff.
Hello, Ken.
I see you're wearing 2 guns, Sheriff.
That's right. Not going to take any chances. You walking Alice home, Ken?
Yes.
Well, I might as well go along with you. Everybody must be staying inside.
No, not everybody, Sheriff. Look up there. Isn't that Matt Ryerson?
I can't see too well. We need more streetlights in this town.
Listen.
Yes, I heard it.
I don't like this.
There's an animal up there. It's tearing him to pieces.
No, it's running away now.
Missed him, doggone it.
Matt, are you all right?
With a human face. He's dead.
Did you hear what he said, Ken? He said a wolf with a human face.
You are listening to the tale of the Demon of the Night on this week's journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy. We'll return to our story in just a moment. Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Demon of the Night. Sheriff Craig and I were walking Alice home. It was after 11 and the streets were deserted and dark. Old Matt Ryerson lay on the ground where he'd fallen after the attack. Before our eyes, he died.
Did you hear what he said, Ken? He said a wolf with a human face.
I heard what he said.
That thing out there in the darkness, whatever it is, it's got to be killed.
What do you mean, Sheriff? Whatever it is.
Just what I said.
You think it's something besides a wolf?
Well, I don't know for sure.
What are we going to do with him?
There's nothing much we can do. Isn't a pretty sight, is it? I guess I'll call Simmons. Then we'll drop you off, Alice.
And then what?
You'll come along, Ken. Then you and I'll follow the trail of that killer. It's a good thing that it did rain. The ground's pretty soft. Makes the trail easier to follow.
We've been out for almost 3 hours.
I know. I wonder if that critter knows what's following it.
Aren't you endowing it with the faculty of reason?
Maybe.
No animal is capable of reasoning.
That's where you're making a mistake. All animals can reason a little, and I know one that can reason a lot.
There's only one animal. You mean a man?
That's right, a man. A man that can take on the form of a wolf.
That's not possible.
You should listen to my wife talk. She can tell you some stories that will make the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
A man that assumes the form of a wolf, that's only legend, folk belief.
You figure it your way. I'll figure it mine. That critter's getting closer to us.
You sure?
Of course I am. We aren't tracking it anymore. It's tracking us. Maybe you've been wondering why I'm carrying 2 guns tonight. Well, here, one of them is for you.
Thanks.
We better stop. You, notice which way we've been traveling?
North?
That's right. And what lies north of the town?
Nothing. Except the old Glamour place.
That's where we've been heading. We aren't more than a half a mile away from it.
You're really serious in believing that we're dealing with a werewolf.
Dead serious. Listen. I heard something. Keep your eyes open.
I can't see anything.
Don't talk. Just shoot. Just look. Out. There it is. I see it. You hit it. We might as well stop. No sense shooting at the shadows. It's too far away by now. Did you notice which way it was going?
North.
Yeah, just about a half a mile towards the old Glamour place. You and me, we're going there, too. We're going to pay Mr. Sebastian a visit. Shine your light again. Yeah, that's right. There's the blood spot again. You got any doubts now where the trail ends? It's only 25 feet away from us.
Look. Paw prints end here.
That's right. And you see the bare footprints of a man. Now, do you believe me?
I guess so.
Now, when we get inside, you let me do most of the talking.
All right.
Use the knocker.
Right.
I wonder who'll answer the door, Sebastian or his servant.
We don't have long to find out. I think someone's coming.
Yes? Oh. It's you, Sheriff Craig. Mr. Parker, what can I do for you, huh?
We'd like to come in and talk a spell.
Well, it's rather late.
What I have to say won't keep.
Well, then, come in.
How come your servant didn't open the door?
Oh, why, he left my employ.
I guess I must have missed him when he took the train.
Yes, you must have. We can talk here.
I see you have a bandage on your hand. Did you hurt it some way?
I cut it. Now, what do you want to talk to me about?
About 2 killings. And I think maybe a third.
What do you mean?
The old woman that was killed last night, Widow Brady. You didn't know her. And Matt Ryerson, he was killed tonight. And your servant, when did he die?
You're insane.
No, we're not, Mr. Sebastian. First time I looked at your hands, I knew there was something wrong about you. They're covered with hair, just like the hair of a wolf. But they're only covered at night, not in the daytime.
You don't know what you're talking about.
And you didn't cut your hand, Sebastian. We shot you when you tried to attack us tonight.
You have no proof, Craig. You're accusing me of being a shapeshifter, a werewolf. You don't expect people to believe you, do you?
I don't care what they believe. We know what you are. We're going to see that you can't kill anyone else.
You don't think that you can stop me, do you, Craig? Huh?
Look at his hands, Sheriff. They're changing.
Yes, look at me, Craig. And we shall see who you will turn. Now, use your gun and tell me.
Dead.
Are you sure?
I wouldn't be making a mistake about that. No. Sebastian is dead.
I'll never forget what I saw. Right before our eyes, he changed. First into an animal, and then as he was dying, back into a man.
You'd better forget it if you know what's wise. People aren't going to believe you now that he's dead. If he was alive and the murders went on, and then they'd believe you. But not now. Officially, I killed Sebastian in the line of duty for the murder of 3 people. Unofficially, and you and I know the truth, I killed a wolf who was the demon of the night.
Down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted and the supernatural reigns its king. Come with me and listen to the tale of Out of the Sky.
Certainly, there is in all the vastness of the universe many worlds on which intelligent life has developed. Watch the sky on a clear night, and there you will see flickering in the darkness of Earth's night 1,000 suns stronger than ours, and the satellites of these suns will be invisible to us. And the fraction of the universe we see will seem immense, and we will be in awe of it. Already men's minds have turned to the stillness of space. Already his thirst for knowledge has led him in imagination on many an expedition into space. The most primary things we know. But there remains a world, a universe of things we don't know. And if there is life in other worlds, how advanced is it? How much farther have they progressed than have we? Why would it not be possible for them to learn the secret of space travel long before we were even close to the answer?
I wonder who that can be.
I'll get it. Yeah. Well, that's strange.
Who is it, dear?
No one. There's no one out here at all. I don't know if someone...
What's the matter? What's the...
Fasten your safety belts. Fasten your safety belts.
Here's the last of those reports, Jeff.
I can't understand it, Tom. A man and his wife who died, an airplane that crashed, several people killed in their cars, and several mysterious explosions. I just can't understand it.
Sabotage, maybe.
I don't think so. Sabotage involves destruction of a country's production potential, propaganda, that kind of thing. These people who died in their cars, the man and wife they found dead in their home, that's not sabotage. They don't work that way.
Why is it happening, then?
I don't know. That's what's almost driving me crazy. These people have died, except in the smash-ups. There isn't a mark on them, nothing to show how they died. No clues, nothing at all.
One thing. Do you notice how this has all been centered in one section of the country?
Yes, in the southeast, not far from the Atlantic coast.
And around this one town, right here on the map. One isolated town.
There's a report here I didn't show you, Tom.
No? What is it?
Came in a short while ago. Traces of radioactivity have been found at each scene of disaster.
Radioactivity?
That's correct. Carlson here. Yes, Tom Dakin's in here right now. It has us puzzled too, Major. No, we haven't learned anything else. Yes, sir. Yes, I understand. Goodbye. That was Major Williams.
So I gathered.
He wants us to go down there.
Oh, when?
Just as soon as possible. He says he's pretty sure this isn't sabotage. That he thinks there's something far more terrible than that in back of it. Tom Dakin and I got reservations on the first plane out. For reasons of security, after the first few reports, a censorship had been placed on any further news from the disaster area. We landed at one of the southeastern coastal cities and took a train the rest of the way. Another hour, we'll be there, Tom.
Yes, I know.
Why so gloomy?
Well, we don't know what we're fighting. What's behind everything that happened?
That's what we're supposed to find out.
Yes, I know. And that's what I'm afraid of.
As soon as we reached the town, we got in touch with the local authorities. They took us on a tour of some of the disaster sites. We finally wound up at the lone house where the man and his wife had died. By that time, it was 9 o'clock at night.
The chief said he'd wait out in the car for us.
He's probably tired of seeing these places.
The chalk lines on the floor show where they found the bodies.
And these pictures show us the position they were in.
Yes, but they don't tell us anything.
Let's check the radioactivity. Use your Geiger counter.
Right. That's radioactive, all right. Move over a little closer to where the bodies were lying. Jeff!
Yes?
What did they say the reading was before? 2. Well, something's crazy then. This reading is 4.3.
What?
That's right.
That must mean the radioactivity is increasing.
But how?
I don't know. Can't answer any more than... Listen.
What do you hear?
Turn that Geiger counter off.
Right.
Now. You hear it?
Yeah. Like a high-frequency hum.
Where's it coming from?
You tell me. What's that?
That's an explosion from outside.
Come on, we'd better see what it was. Tom. Yes, I see it.
Well, that police car was waiting for it. There's nothing there now but a pile of smoking metal.
We'll return to the tale of Out of the Sky in just a moment. Back now to the Hall of Fantasy and the tale of Out of the Sky.
Tom Dakin and I had been inspecting the house of the couple who had mysteriously been killed. Outside, a car waited for us. Suddenly, we had heard a strange humming sound of a high frequency. And then we had heard the explosion outside. We ran outside only to discover that the police car was a mass of smoking wreckage. Tom, there's nothing left but a pile of smoking metal.
Yes, I see it. What could have happened?
I don't know.
We'd better send a wire to Williams and get him out here. I don't like the looks of this.
We got back to the hotel as soon as we could. We decided to call Williams when we got there, but upon arrival we discovered that Williams had sent us a wire saying he would join us just as soon as possible. He came in on the noon train the following day.
Well, there he is, Jeff.
Let's go meet him.
Right. Oh, he's Caesar.
Just worried.
Good to see you, Carlson.
Dakin, anything wrong, sir?
Let's get out of here. I'll tell you then. Have you seen all the places where the accidents took place?
All of them. There's something strange about that, Major.
What do you mean?
You must mean the radioactivity, Tom.
That's right. Major, those early reports mentioned radioactivity.
Yes, I know.
The original reading was less than 2. Now it's 4.3.
What?
That's right.
And I might as well tell you what I know. We've received a report from an airline pilot about a strange ship.
Oh?
Yes, that's right. According to what he said, it didn't look like anything he'd ever seen before. That there wasn't a silhouette of any ship on Earth that looked like what he saw.
What did it look like?
It was circular in design.
Like...
Yes, that's right.
We told you about what happened last night.
Yes. It's a good thing you weren't in that car.
Who are they?
Visitors from out of the sky, Dick.
Out of the sky?
Out of space, if you prefer.
And you believe the pilot's story?
Yes, I do.
But why did they come here?
Well, they're not friendly. We're sure of that. And they're concentrating on this area. That means their ship is somewhere around here. We have to find that ship. No matter what the cost, it and they must be destroyed.
Late afternoon, a battalion of troops had moved into the area. They were kept out of the town proper, so as not to frighten the citizens. Another battalion would arrive the following morning, and then would begin the long search to locate the mysterious visitors from out of the sky. About 7:30 that evening, Tom Dakin went out to visit some of the places where the accidents had occurred. We had set up camp with the troops in the edge of town. It was 9 o'clock when he returned.
Yes? Major Williams.
What is it, Tom?
Look, I went out to where some of those automobile crashes took place.
Yes?
I took the Geiger counter along.
What happened?
The reading's up again. It's over 5.
Did you check just one site?
No. 3 of them. The reading's over 5 in each place, and one of them was close to 6.
It means that radioactivity is increasing.
But why? And another thing. The area of radioactivity seems to be spreading.
Spreading?
That's right. Jeff and I checked them yesterday. Now, one of the officials with us said the area seemed larger than it was before. Tonight I discovered it was larger than it had been yesterday, and I'll lay even odds it'll increase by tomorrow.
Come here a minute. I I have a map here with every site in which an accident occurred.
Let's take a look at it. For one thing, all those little marks you have on that map seem to be in a definite pattern.
Yes, I noticed that earlier.
Look. The whole town is encircled by these spots.
And they seem to be spaced at regular intervals throughout the town, too.
And they spread.
What did you say, Major?
Each of those little spots you see in the map represents a radioactive area, Carlson. A radioactive area that is spreading all the time. It's like a fire. See how the town is ringed with those little spots? And see how they're spaced inside the town? The area of radioactivity is moving in from outside the town, and from those spots inside, it will spread and move out. Spread like a fire until the whole town is nothing but a mass of radioactivity.
And the people must be evacuated.
That's right, just as soon as possible.
Major Williams, someone to see you, sir.
I told the little man I should see. Major Williams?
Yes.
My name's Kincaid. I own a farm about 15 miles from
What
here.
did you want to see me about, Mrs. Kincaid?
I'm a spinster, Major. It's missed.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't stand on ceremony, I guess. I saw something funny I think you ought to know about.
For heaven's sakes, what is it?
I got a lot of property, Major, and there's a lot of woods on it. I was out this evening just walking around the place. I like to do that, you know. I was walking down near the South 40. That's where the woods is the thickest. And I heard a queer humming sound.
Like a high-frequency hum?
I don't know what frequency it was. It was just a hum. I didn't know what it was, but I walked into the woods anyway. And then I saw it.
What did you see?
Funniest looking thing I ever saw in my life. Big and round. And it glowed. Seemed to be surrounded by a circle of glowing light. Looked like a ship of some kind. Kind you might imagine would be a spaceship.
Will you take us out there?
That's what I came for.
This may be the thing we've been looking for. Come on.
We took a jeep, and the four of us drove through the night to Miss Kincaid's farm. Even she was silent as we drove out there. And the thought uppermost in our minds was, what would we find out there? Who were they? And what did they look like?
I never been so bruised in all my life.
Oh, is that the woods up there?
That's right.
I don't see anything up there.
Oh, the trees are too thick. Can't see a thing till we get inside the woods. There's a clearing near the center of them.
Well, this is as far as we can go. All right. Let's go.
Well, I'll lead the way. You just follow me.
She's not making all this up.
I don't think she is. Fits in too perfectly with what we know.
Yes, you're right, Major.
Yes, I hear it.
It ain't far now.
Look up there. There seems to be some light.
That must be it.
Strange kind of light, like a phosphorescent glow.
It's getting stronger.
Getting very close to it.
Yes. There it is.
Well, what do you think of it?
It's just like you said, Miss Kincaid.
Want to go up close and get a good look?
Don't be a fool. The thing is surrounded by a radioactive circle. If we stepped into that band of phosphorescence, we'd be dead within a matter of minutes.
It's frightening. Sitting there, something completely alien to this world.
Not only alien to this world, Jacob, but bent on its destruction.
You are listening to the tale of Out of the Sky on this week's journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy. We'll return to our story in just a moment. And now, back to our story. An original tale of fantasy featuring Everett Clark and Carl Grayson entitled Out of the Sky.
The four of us stood there at the edge of the clearing. Before us loomed a circular disc, surrounded by a band of eerie luminescence.
Put the Geiger counter on, Tom. Right, Major. I'll move a little closer.
Don't go any farther, Tom.
No, I won't.
There's no danger. Look, I'll walk right into it.
Stop, don't go in there.
There's no danger.
Stop it! Wait a minute. Look.
There's no danger. Not to me.
You see what's happening?
Sight to frighten you? We are far ahead of you, Earthman. I was sent here
To discover how progressed you Earthmen were.
And I find that you are barbarians. I am supposed to return to my planet and report on what I have found. Now I discover that I alone can conquer you. I can even assume your shapes. Prepare to meet your doom, Earthmen.
My eyes. She, went into that phosphorescence and then it dissolved before us. And something seemed to float there with no body, no clear outline as to its form.
It said, prepare to meet your doom.
Listen. Quickly. Get back as far as you can. Are you all right, Tom? I'm coming. All right, drop down on the ground. And just pray that we're far enough away. Traveling. It's gone. No. I don't believe it's gone. I believe that it will land somewhere close by here. Look. The phosphorescent glow is gone. The minute the ship took off, it disappeared. And I'm willing to stake my life in the fact that all the places that showed increasing signs of radioactivity are completely safe now. There should be no signs of it until that ship returns. And it will return. Believe me, it will.
As soon as we got back to the camp, we sent details out to ascertain whether Major Williams' surmise was correct. It was. Every place which had shown traces of radioactivity had lost it. In a moment, we were safe.
Do you think it's gone back to wherever it came from, Major? I don't.
And you think it will strike again? Somewhere else?
Not somewhere else, Carlson. It will return to this area.
Why?
The preliminary operations were begun here, Jeff. Evidently, that ship must be on the ground in order for it to increase the radioactivity in those areas which it has already struck. The minute it leaves the ground contact, the radioactivity circuit is broken. It will have to return to reactivate those circuits. And we'll know when it returns when those spots show signs of renewed radioactivity.
But why would they want to conquer us, Major Williams? Why not come as friends?
Perhaps they believe that we'd be hostile to any friendly overtures. I don't know. Maybe they're ruled by a party that wants to conquer planets, just as we've sometimes been ruled by men who wanted to conquer nations.
The visitor said we were barbarians.
In relation to their technological advancement, perhaps we are. But I think that gives us our one chance of defeating him.
How?
I think he's underestimated us. Underestimated our weapons. He landed here in a rural section of the country. He doesn't realize the weapons we do have at our command. And that may be our trump card.
Major Williams sent out a rush order for new troops, as many as possible. By noon the next day, an airlift was set up. And every 2 minutes saw the arrival of new planes pouring out their cargoes of men and equipment. Special guards were placed at each one of the points where radioactivity had been charted, with orders that if one of them should show signs of renewed radioactivity, the guard was to contact the command post at once. It was the evening of the second day after the ship had blasted off. Carlson here. Yes. Yes, I understand. Yes. Move away from the center of the danger point. That's right.
The ship has returned?
Yes.
You'd better get the area commanders ready. That's what I'm going to do. Major Williams, to all area commanders, put Plan A into operation. The first out of the ship, notify me, then the air command. They know what to do.
Reports came in from each guard post that signs of radioactivity had reappeared. From where we were, we could hear the reconnaissance planes taking off. The whole camp had suddenly roused itself from the lethargy of waiting to a concerted drive to find the enemy and destroy them. Carlson here. You have? Where? Yes, I have it. Get in touch with Air Command right away. They found it.
Where?
You'd never believe it. The ship has returned to that cleared area in the woods.
Probably thought we'd never look there. Let's get up there. We've got to make sure our men are back far enough. What we're going to drop is the most powerful weapon in the world. As
been ordered back beyond the danger point.
Good. I wonder if the thing inside that ship knows. Yes, I think it does know. Why doesn't that plane get here?
The sound is getting stronger. Maybe this is a trap.
Maybe that thing knew what we'd do. Perhaps it can destroy everything in this area for miles around. Maybe that was the reason we were allowed to live, so that we could bring in reinforcements. It can destroy 100,000 of them. I hear the plane. If they get here in time, multiply. Oh, then we've lost. The first and only battle we'll be allowed to have. They've dropped the bomb. Shut down.
We've done it, Major. We've done it. The ship was destroyed completely.
I believe that the bomb was dropped just in time. A few seconds longer, and all of us in this area would have been destroyed.
He said that they were waiting for his report. If he doesn't return, will they come looking for him?
Perhaps. Then again, they may think that we're stronger than they are. Who can tell what will happen? Perhaps the future may bring other visitors, and they may be friendly. Then again, they may be our enemies. We can't tell what will come from out of the sky.
And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the Wild Huntsman.
Never heard that sound before. It's so strange. Not like anything I've ever heard. It sounded like one of those old horns which called people to the hunt.
Listen.
To what?
Be quiet. Listen.
Yes, I hear it too. Seems to be the sound of a horse approaching this camp. Maybe someone's in trouble.
Or perhaps the horse was frightened by something.
He's going to come right through the camp.
Come through the camp.
Watch out! Watch out! You're right!
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present The Wild Huntsman. And now for our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Wild Huntsman.
There is an old legend about the Wild Huntsman. A spectral hunter of medieval legend who, with a pack of spectral dogs, is said to frequent the forests and occasionally appear to mortals. And he is not only known to the literature of our language, but also in the myths and legends of several of the world's peoples. The strange thing about this legend, there are many countries which have the same types of folklore, but the stories are the same, up to a certain point. After that point is reached, these myths take different paths which never cross again. But this legend of the Wild Huntsman is the exception to the rule. For in every version I have come across, the tale is the same, almost word for word. It is a simple tale, whose basic motif is that if you meet him face to face, you will die. I was over at Jerry and Helen's place. Our conversation turned to hunting.
We haven't been up hunting now in almost 3 years.
You know, that's right.
Ever since I was best man for you people. Say, that was over 3 years ago.
I can understand it, Vaughn. Back in those days at the U, those weekends up in the mountains were the things we lived the rest of the week for.
Isn't that the truth?
I don't think we missed an opening day for deer season in 4 years.
No, we didn't. Say, do you remember old Fisher?
Mm-hmm.
That half-breed who was a guide and who always wanted to take us where he said we could get our limit of game in a few hours? Yes, I remember him.
Who could forget him?
I was walking down Main Street the other day, and who should stop me but Fisher? At first, I didn't remember his name. Then it came back to me who he was.
He hasn't changed, has he?
Not a bit.
What did he want, Vaughn?
Oh, the same thing. He said he'd be glad to guide us up to the mountains, to the place where we could get our deer limit without any trouble.
That's right. The season does open about 6 days from now, doesn't it?
What'd you tell him?
Same thing I always used to tell him. Maybe we would.
You know, I don't see why we can't.
What do you mean?
Well, why can't we go up with him? I've got a few days coming. What about you, Vaughn?
I guess I could squeeze a few days out of the old man.
It'll be just like old times. Is it a deal, then?
It's fine with me.
Helen, darling, what about you?
Well, anything you say there, only,
Only what, Helen?
Well, what about those stories we used to hear about Fisher?
What stories?
Well, I remember one that used to go around the campus. They said that of those he guided, very few came back.
Wait a minute. Yes, now I do remember. There were lots of stories about Fisher. There was one, something about some connection between Fisher and the Wild Huntsman.
Forget how it goes. Well, the way I heard it was that Fisher happened to be up in the mountains hunting. It was out of season. They say that he met up with the Wild Huntsman, but bargained for his life by saying that he would lead occasional parties up into the huntsman's domain. The Wild Huntsman accepted the proposal, and Fisher lived.
Those stories, they weren't true, were they?
Of course not, darling. Stories are bound to spring up about people like Fisher. A little man with a livid purple scar running across his cheek. Just as if it had been branded there.
He always made me nervous.
Oh, this whole thing, Helen, this whole folk legend which has sprung up about the so-called Wild Huntsman, there isn't anything to it. It's just a bunch of stories that they tell the newcomers out here. Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there weren't a few people who hunt in that forbidden area and then tell the wild stories you've heard just to keep that part of the hunting ground to themselves.
Well, what about it, Helen?
Of course I'll go.
Shall we have Fisher guide us, Vaughn?
Why not? That's the only way he makes any money. Let's give him a break. The next day, I went to locate Fisher, and I found him in his room in one of those cheap hotels on 2nd South.
Yes?
It's Vaughn Steger.
Just a minute. Come in.
Oh, thanks, Fisher.
You'll have to excuse the room, Mr. Steger. I ain't much for keeping the room clean. Sit down, sit down.
Thank you.
Now, what is it you wanted?
Well, you've been telling me about this place up in the mountains for a number of years, Fisher. Well, you finally decided to take you up on it.
You mean you want to go up there when the season opens?
That's right.
It cost you $50 for me.
We're prepared to pay it.
Fine. When do you want to start up?
The same morning the season opens.
I guess that can be fixed. You got your own guns?
Yep.
Good. If you give me a little money, I'll lay in a supply of grub. How long you want to stay up there?
Only as long as it takes to get our deer.
It might be 3, maybe 4 days.
That's okay with us.
Another thing, Mr. Steger.
Yes.
You can't go up in no car. Got to use horses. Where I'm going to take you, there ain't no roads, only trails, and sometimes you have to lead the horses.
We understand all that.
In that case, I better start laying in the supplies.
Only one thing, Fisher.
Yeah?
Do you know any of the stories concerning the Wild Huntsman?
The what? Yeah, I heard some.
You were connected with the stories I heard, Fisher. Stories about you leading hunters up into the mountains. Hunters who never returned.
Well, that ain't true, Mr. Steger. Ain't true at all.
How did they start?
Don't know. But take my word for it, Mr. Steger. It ain't true. What you heard about the Wild Huntsman.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Wild Huntsman.
The days passed quickly, and before we knew it, we were ready to leave. Fisher insisted upon getting his fee before the trip started, and though I had some misgivings, yet I could see no reason why he shouldn't receive it. We started out a few hours before the season officially opened. take us to get up to this place, you know, Fisher?
We are here about the middle of the afternoon. Maybe 3, maybe 4 o'clock.
But I should imagine that everyone else would have a head start on us.
Not in this section of the mountains.
What do you mean by that?
There ain't many people who come up here. Mark my words. You'll find more than you bargained for up there.
How you doing, Vaughn? Fine. What about you, Helen?
Oh, I think I'm going to enjoy this trip.
Maybe not.
What'd you say, Fisher? Huh?
Oh, I said she probably would enjoy the trip.
We stopped twice to eat and rest, and then continued on our way. I noticed that the woods were becoming thicker, and the farther on we went, the greener the color of the foliage became. 3 times during the trip up there, we had to dismount and lead the horses over the trail. I looked at my watch and saw that it was almost 3:30. How much farther, Fisher?
It's right around the bend in the trail up there. A little clearing with a stream not too far away. We can make camp there.
How much farther, Mom?
It's right around the bend. Oh, I'm glad of that. I'm not as young as I used to be. Helen's tired, and so am I. We won't be able to get in any hunting today, will we, Fisher?
Depends on what you want to do.
I think perhaps we should hold that off until early tomorrow morning.
Anything you say, Mr. Steger. Oh, there's the campsite.
Oh, there. Why, it's beautiful, Fisher.
Ain't been but a few people up here to destroy the looks of the land.
Whoa, boy.
Oh, I've never seen anything so beautiful.
That's just what I told Fisher. You know, it was worth it. Just to see this place.
Well, might as well dismount.
Right.
It'll be our hope for a while. All right.
Okay.
We made camp and set up the tents. Helen and Jerry shared one tent, I the second, and Fisher just used a bedroll. Evidently, he was used to sleeping out in the open. Occasionally, as the wind changed, the sound of the little stream would be brought to our ears. It was about 9:30. The campfire threw shadows against the trees which surrounded the little clearing. We sat around the fire. The crackle of the burning wood was pleasant to the ear, and the clean, pungent smell of it filled the camp. I didn't realize I was so tired.
There, Jerry. Something so nice and peaceful about this place. I think I'm going to roll in. What was that?
It sounded like a wolf. We're up pretty far, you know.
It sounds so eerie up here in the woods.
There's nothing to worry about, darling.
I suppose you're right, Jerry. It's just a dead up.
Never heard that sound before. It's so strange. Not like anything I've ever heard. It sounded like one of those old horns which called people to the hunt.
Listen.
To what?
Be quiet. Listen.
Yes, I hear it too. It seems to be the sound of a horse approaching this camp. Maybe someone's in trouble.
Perhaps the horse is frightened by something.
He's going to come right through the camp. Fine. Gone? I'm okay. What was it, Fisher?
I think his horse, whoever it was frightened by the wolf howl.
His horse. Was there black?
Did you get a look at the rider?
No, it was so sudden I didn't even think about it.
I imagine he'll be able to slow his horse down.
And you don't think he'll need any help from us?
No. No, he won't need any help from us.
As the hour grew later, a small wind sprang up and sounded its way through the branches of the trees and foliage surrounding us. It was a quiet and restful sound. At about 10:30, we all retired. I don't know about the others, but I fell asleep upon the instant. Once or twice during the night, I thought I heard the sound of that animal again, as its cry echoed across the distance. In the morning, I awoke completely refreshed. As I dressed, I could smell the odor of bacon and eggs frying over an open fire. The others were about gathering wood, putting camp in order. After we'd had breakfast,
I think we'd better break up into two parties. You have a compass with you, haven't you, Mr. Steger?
Yes.
You take the lady with you. He said he wants to go with me today.
Yeah, that's right, Vaughn. You can go out with Fisher tomorrow. Well, that's fine with me.
You strike out due north, Mr. Steger.
Uh-huh.
We'll go the other way. Now, don't go too far, though. You might get lost.
Don't worry. We won't go too far.
Good. Well, let's get started. See you later.
Bye.
Bye now. They left camp before we did. A few minutes after we had seen them disappear down the trail, we started out. Our course was due north, which happened to cross into the stream. There was a sort of trail through the trees, and we followed it till we came to the stream.
That rider must have crossed the stream right about here last night.
Yes, you're right. I wonder who he was.
I hope he was able to stop his horse.
Fisher seemed to think he would.
That horn again.
Yes. It seemed to be quite far away.
Well, shall I go on?
Yeah, might as well. That log lying across the stream, we ought to be able to cross the stream on that.
Go on. Wait a minute.
It sounds like a horse.
It is.
What?
Over there, see? There's a black dog running along the trail.
Oh, yeah. Who it is?
You'll know in a minute. Coming right for us.
Oh, boy. Whoa there.
Hello there.
Hi.
Don't see many people up here.
I guess not.
Any light?
We were just starting out.
Well, now, you must excuse my dog. He's not used to strangers.
I see.
Been here long?
We arrived here yesterday afternoon.
I rode over to apologize to you. I was out riding last night. Some animal howled and frightened my horse. He ran away with me, and I'm afraid I disturbed you. No damage, I hope.
No, there was no damage.
Good. I imagine Fisher guided you up here?
Yes, he did.
Good hunting country. Not many know the way up here, but Fisher does. It brings quite a few people up here. I imagine you've heard those nonsensical stories about a spectral hunter, haven't you?
Yes.
Fisher doesn't seem to believe them, does he? Evidently, you people don't either. It is nonsense, of course. After all, no one's ever seen the Wild Huntsman and lived to tell about it.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Wild Huntsman.
Helen and I stood there, looking up at the black-clothed man who sat astride a coal-black horse. On the ground beside the horse stretched a dog. There was something strange about the three of them, as if they came from another world.
One other thing. I hope you'll forgive me if I impose upon you.
Certainly.
Well, then, tell Fisher for me that Hunter wants to see him.
Where?
He knows where to find me. Just give him the message. If you will.
We will.
Excellent. Well, goodbye. I imagine I'll be seeing you again.
Trailed closely by the gigantic black dog, galloped away. He seemed to be a nice enough fellow, but there was something about him which made me feel uneasy. Helen and I continued the hunt, but with no luck. We returned to the camp cold and disgusted. We wondered why Jerry and Fisher weren't there, but then surmised that if they had had any success, they'd make slow progress back to camp. They came in about 2.
Vaughn, look at the size of that deer.
Hey, they made up for what we didn't get. Hey, Jerry, good shooting, fella.
What's the biggest I've ever seen?
Why, look at that.
You've been stuck with one shot.
I've forgotten how to shoot a three. Let's put him down. What a beauty. Oh, Fisher, that man was the runaway horse. Why didn't you tell us you knew him?
I wasn't sure who it was.
We met him today.
Man on a black horse?
Yes. Said he wanted to see you. That you knew where to meet him.
Said his name was Hunter.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Hunter. I'll be back in a while. I don't want him getting angry. He's like a devil when he's angry.
We didn't think that Fisher would be gone long, and yet, when night fell and there was still no sign of him, we began to get worried. It was about 9 o'clock. Fisher had been gone for almost 7 hours.
I wonder where he is.
We should get back. Been gone for almost 7 hours.
Well, he knows how to take care of himself.
A wolf out in those woods somewhere.
There's something about this place. Beautiful and yet it's so wild. A place where a man doesn't belong.
No, Helen. Man does belong here. He came out of the forest himself.
Yes, but when he left them, he gave them up. We don't belong here. The wilderness belongs to the animals, to the creatures of...
Listen. The horn again. I wonder who...
What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like the scream of a human being. Wasn't too far away. Maybe we better go take a look.
You're right. Get your flashlight.
Right. Stay here, Helen. We'll be right back.
All right.
All right. We're over here in the street.
Shine your light around.
Seems to be anything.
Just a minute. What's that over there?
Let's take a look.
Might be only a...
Good heavens.
You don't think...
I can't tell. Take a look at his face.
It's Fisher. He's dead.
Look at his cheek.
Yes, I see it too.
The black figure. A man on a horse. Together we managed to get him back to camp. We had to tell Helen that he was dead, though I would have preferred that she hadn't known. We talked it over and decided to go back in the morning to call an end to this ill-fated hunting party. We decided to divide the night up into shifts at which one of us would stand guard. I drew the first shift. I sat by the fire, occasionally feeding it, feeling alone, terribly alone. Who's that? Gary. Can't sleep. In a way, I'm glad. It's lonely here alone. Helen asleep? Yes, good. Go on. Yes? Do you think there's any truth to that Wild Huntsman legend? I don't know. The mark on Fisher's face. How can you explain that? I don't know that either. In the stories I'd heard, Fisher made a sort of pact with him. Why should Fisher die? Maybe he made a mistake. Maybe this thing intends making a new pact with someone else. We're the only ones up here. Yeah, I know. The wolf's awfully close. You got your gun? Yeah. You realize that every time we've heard that wolf howl, something's happened? Boy, I wish morning would come. I wish we'd never started off. Helen, come on. You don't think? We'll see in a minute. Something's happened to her. Helen! Helen!
Jerry, we have to do something.
She's dead?
She's dead, Jerry. We have to think of some way to save our own lives.
What? That is quite true, my dear sir. You. Where did you come from? Makes no difference. This is my domain. You do not belong here. You have trespassed where you do not belong. For that you shall die. If I do, I'll take you with me. When we ran to Helen after she screamed, we'd carried our rifles with us. Jerry raised his and fired. What happened then, I still don't know. I was sure that the bullet had hit Hunter, and yet he didn't fall. But something happened to Jerry. He screamed and fell lifeless to the ground. Hunter stands there watching me. In these last few minutes, all this, the complete story, has gone through my mind. I'm afraid. Terribly afraid. There's no need to be afraid. You will live, but on one condition. If Fisher made a pact with me, you will do the same. No, I won't. My dear sir, you must. Fisher was getting old, not quite as useful as he once had been. But you will live and bring more like you here to me. Just as Fisher did. Out to the forest and my domain. Out to the realm of the Wild Huntsman.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden. Down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the Iddol of Cruac.
Cruac, a huge golden idol surrounded by the Council of 12. Cruac, to whom human sacrifice was made. Cruac, a name stretching back into the misty and half-forgotten years of the past, back to the time of the Druids, Caesar, and the Roman invasion of England, back in time where history becomes vague and guesses. Yet, through those years, from the mists of ancient remembrance to the modern world of today, there echoes the name of Cromm. I'd gone up with Matt and Susan Stevens to the hunting and fishing lodge they had in the Appalachians. At the end of April, we went to straighten up the lodge, lay in a supply of provisions for the coming spring and summer. The second night we were there, one of those sudden spring storms.
Well, I'm glad we're inside. It's been caught out there in that storm.
More coffee, Mom?
Oh, I've had 4 cups already. When you get married, you'll be a lucky man, Jack. Isn't every woman that can brew coffee the way my sister can?
I realize that.
What about you, Jack? Any more coffee?
No. But I heard something.
Like what?
I don't know.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, it must have been the wind.
It won't be long before the fishing season opens. I can hardly wait to get up here with my rod and reel.
We laid in a fairly large supply of food. The only things we'll need to pick up are eggs and bread and...
Yeah, I heard it, too.
Someone's calling for help. Come on. We'll slip our slickers on.
Yeah. You better keep the coffee hot, Sue. We may be bringing someone back with us.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Right. Oh, it's a rotten night.
I wonder who that is out there.
Possibly someone who got lost.
We'd better call to him. Maybe he can hear us. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello out there. Where are you? Let's try it together.
All right.
Hello? Can you hear us? I can't tell a thing with this storm. Where are you? By the lake. Could ask which one, but I'm afraid he wouldn't understand. Let's try our lake.
Right.
We're coming for you. I don't mind looking for someone who's lost, but they just wouldn't get themselves lost on a rainy night.
I hope he's just lost.
What do you mean?
But I hope it's nothing more than that.
Oh, it won't be. But try calling him again.
Hello?
Must be right up ahead.
He must be pretty close to it.
Hey, look down there. Someone lying on the ground. Oh, when the lightning flashed.
So did I. Come on.
Yeah. Watch your step. Don't worry. Yeah. There he is. Are you all right? What's the matter with him? Why doesn't he answer?
Can't. I just felt his pulse. He's dead. To carry him back to the cabin. He's pretty heavy, and pouring rain made it extremely difficult to keep our footing as we struggled up against the storm. He actually hadn't been farther away than 1,000 feet, but it took us almost half an hour to get him back up the slope to the lodge.
Open up, Stu!
Oh, you found him.
Yeah, that's right. We'd better set him down on the cot in my room. Right.
Well, what's the matter with him?
All right. Set him down, okay?
Did he pass out?
No.
Well, then,
He's dead.
what are you going to do with him?
Just a minute. Look at the clothes he's wearing.
Oh, I don't see. Looks like he was going to a costume ball. Looks like he came over on the Mayflower. The clothes he's wearing went out of style hundreds of years ago.
But what would a man be doing out in a storm in clothes like those?
I don't know.
Oh, what was that?
He had something in his hand. Looks like a little statue of some kind. Look at it. It's hollow. There's a piece of paper inside. Wait a minute, let's see what it says.
What does it say, Jack?
It's a map of some kind.
There's a line drawn on it. And it's right here.
Look, that little irregular circle down there, that looks like Mirror Lake, where we found it.
It's not called Mirror Lake in this map. It says Old Beltane. It's written in Old English.
Old English?
That's right. Ever read the Canterbury Tales? Notice the spelling on this map. It's the same.
Well, you're right.
Trail on the map. He must have been following it. If that's Mirror Lake, then he came over the mountains right here.
Yeah, but there's no path through the mountains at that point.
This map says there is. He was following it. You know, we'd better follow the trail on the map. We should let them know what happened. They can come back and get him.
It doesn't seem to be too far.
I don't think it is. What about it?
I guess we might as well.
Soon?
I guess so.
We'll leave him here. Then we can bring them back, and they can take him back with them.
What was that?
I don't know.
Hey, something's opened the door. What's the matter?
Oh, look! Out there by the tree. It's an old woman. Clothed all in black.
From the golden age of radio theater, you're listening to the Hall of Fantasy. We'll continue in just a moment.
The Arriva Rainbow Showroom presents the hilarious comedy of Pat Cooper on Friday, September 13th. Truly one of the finest comedians of our time. You're guaranteed to laugh from the beginning of this show to the end. Pasquale Caputo, known as Pat Cooper, was a favorite opening act for Frank Sinatra in Las Vegas and concert halls all across the country. Now he performs regularly in Atlantic City and Las Vegas to sold-out audiences as well as major theaters. In the past year, Pat has appeared on top television shows including Seinfeld, Letterman, Regis and Kathy Lee, Howard Stern, and many more. Pat Cooper's long-awaited return to Arriva will bring people from everywhere to see it, so don't miss this show. Enjoy all the great dinner shows coming to Arriva. L'Oreal, Pat Cooper, Sam Butera, the Stan Kenton Tribute, Dick Contino, the Gaylords, and Soupy Sales too. Seating is limited. Call Arriva at 810-573-8100 for reservations. Arriva, located on 12 Mile Road west of Van Dyke. When you open a window, it should stay open. And when your windows are closed, you shouldn't feel a draft. If your windows leak, stick, or just look bad, it's time to replace them. Time to call Century 21 Home Improvements at 1-800-633-2222. Call now and save 10% up to $750 on premium custom fit windows. That's Century 21 Home Improvements, America's most experienced home improvements business. For replacement windows, they will always open and easy to clean with a custom fit that means no more drafts. Call 1-800-633-2222 for a free in-home estimate. Call now and you'll save 10% up to $750. Not available in all areas. The offer ends September 30th. Sold, furnished, and installed by American Remodeling Incorporated, an independently owned and operated contractor. Not valid on prior sales or with any other offer. Need new windows? Call Century 21 Home Improvements now at 1-800-633-2222. That number again is 1-800-633-2222. U.S. offer only.
And now back to the Hall of Fantasy.
The dead man we had brought back to the cabin with us had held a small statuette in his hand. It had fallen to the floor, and inside it we found a strange map with a trail outlined on it. We decided to follow that trail to reach his people and let them know what had happened to them. Suddenly the door had thrown open and Susan screamed.
An old woman, and she's pointing at us.
I don't see anything, Sue.
So do I.
I'm sure I've seen something.
Close the door, Jack.
Right.
Now, there's nothing out there, Sue. Nothing at all.
Maybe not, but what about that strange wailing cry we heard?
I'll admit I heard something, but what it was, I don't know.
Probably an animal frightened of the storm.
I'm not so sure.
Don't worry about it, Sue. Well, we might as well turn in now if we're going to hit the trail early tomorrow.
We turned in for the night. Several times as I lay there in my cot, I thought I heard a strange wailing cry. But I put that down to my imagination. And for some reason, I was afraid. I fell off to sleep about 1 o'clock. Sometime during the night, the skies cleared and the storm was over. We got up at 6, and by 7 o'clock, we'd scudded out on the trail. For a while, it was easy going, but about 9 in the morning, we hit a stretch that was very difficult for us to follow. Be very careful. One misstep, and that'll be the last one you take.
We're up pretty high. I've never been up here before. Have you, Matt?
No, I don't think anyone has.
Why did you both bring guns?
Can't tell what we might meet up here. The map's been pretty accurate, Jack. Every lake, every stream, even where the trail gets rough. That's right. The Twin Peaks are right in front of us.
Yes, but I can't see any way to get through.
According to the map, there's a narrow passage between the peaks.
Oh, I hope it's right.
It's been right so far. Watch your step.
Don't worry. I will.
In a short while, we came to a clearly defined trail. The terrain over which we had just passed seemed almost a barrier so that no one could get in or out except with great danger. We came at last to a solid wall of rock 1,000 feet above us towered the Twin Peaks.
Any way of going any farther?
Nothing much solid rock up ahead. Wait a minute.
What do you see?
Come on. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I see an opening.
Matt, you were right. There is an opening, just large enough for a man to walk through.
According to the map, the trail ends behind those peaks.
I wonder what we'll find there.
Well, no, but we won't find anything unless we start through. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Because the wind's rushing through here.
You two had better concentrate on getting through. It gets narrower up ahead.
The passage between the rocks twisted and turned. Some places so narrow that we had to lift our feet so through. Several times we thought we'd have to turn back. Gaps was overcome and we pushed ahead. With the wind always howling about us.
Look! It's widening.
Just another few feet to go.
There's the end of it. Come on.
I hope we find his relative. It's going to be a hard trip back.
Look.
Oh, a hidden valley. Surrounded on all sides by the mountains.
Trail we followed must be the only way in.
Well, I see some houses down there.
Matt, look at them again.
Why?
You don't build houses like that nowadays. I almost think I was in old England.
Look.
Where?
Oh, there. That man is coming, and he's dressed just like the other one was.
He seems friendly.
From where has he come? From outside.
From the other side of the peaks.
The truth, he come from the outside, then. How did he find this?
We had a map. One of your people, we found him last night during the storm. He was dead.
He did not have to come to tell us. Cruac did.
Cruac?
Aye. Come, I shall take you to him.
The man led us down the slope onto the valley floor. who followed him, and he seemed friendly enough, talking always in that queer, antiquated way of his. I noticed as we walked that others followed us. They said nothing, trailing us silently, and I got the crazy idea that we were prisoners. He led us away from the houses into an area thick with oak trees, finally taking us into a clearing surrounded completely by those giant oaks.
Look there.
Yes, I see them. 13 giant statues, just like the small one the dead man had in his hand. 12 stone, and the one in the center is gold.
Why don't these people say something? They just stand there watching us.
That statue in the center, the gold one, it's almost to be alive. It seems like it's watching us.
That's what I thought, too.
Listen.
It's a drum of some kind.
Who are these people? The clothes they wear. I've seen costume movies and plays where they wore clothes like that, but no one wears clothes like that now.
Druids.
What was that?
Of course, Druids. Don't you remember your history, Matt? Should have known.
No, what?
Listen. You saw the oak tree surrounding this place, and you can see the 12 statues and the gold one in the center. That's the Council of 12, and the gold statue is Cromm. We've stumbled on something out of the pages of history.
True. I've heard that before.
Of course you have. Caesar's legions found them when they first invaded England. The worship of Cromm was forbidden, just as the worship of Sybil, the Magna Mater, was forbidden. The Druidic priest kept the belief alive. And then in 1641, all traces of the Druids disappeared from England.
Well, what happened to them?
Well, according to the evidence, an unknown ship left England in May of that year. It was ostensibly bound for the same area where the Mayflower colonists landed. But it never reached here. Or so they thought. But they must have reached here, found this hidden valley, and kept their people and beliefs alive. These must be their descendants. What's the date?
The date? 1st of May.
The day they sacrificed offerings to Cromm.
What?
That's right. Some parts of Ireland, the Scottish Highlands, and in Brittany, the day is still celebrated. Not with human sacrifices it used to be, but with token sacrifice.
Human sacrifice?
That's right.
Wait a minute. Look.
There's a man in a white robe.
He's raising his arm.
Cromm has returned for someone but me. This life has take time. Then we shall offer not one, but three to the idol of Cromm.
What do you mean? Offer three?
Tonight they intend to sacrifice us. To offer us a sacrifice to Cromm.
From the Golden Age of Radio Theater, you're listening to the Hall of Fantasy. We'll continue in just a moment.
If one thing's got you blue, you need Tidy Police.
Barbecue is what I like. Barbecues are out of sight. 1 rib, 2 ribs, 3 ribs, 5. Egg, fruit punch, blueberry pie. 1 thing, 2 things, 3 no less. My favorite church, a big old mess. Ribs and soaked and scream about it. Don't know how to get the things out. My church a mess, don't know what to do. War days got me feeling blue.
Tidy Bleach Ultra 2 has a unique activated bleaching system that removes many tough stains better than other regular detergents. Plus, Tidy Bleach Ultra 2 helps keep colors bright.
Don't make the war days blue, make you run and hide. Got to be clean, got to be tidy.
Use Tidy Bleach and wash away the wash day blue.
And now, back to the Hall of Fantasy.
We'd followed the trail on the map and had come through a narrow pass between the mountains to discover a valley hidden from the world for over 350 years. A valley where modern civilization had not made any inroads. A people who held to the customs and strange beliefs of their forebears. Now we stood before the shrine of the Druids, before the stone council of 12, and the grinning golden idol of Cromm.
What does he mean? Offer three?
Tonight they intend to sacrifice us. To offer us a sacrifice to the idol of Cromm.
Are you serious?
Of course I am.
What are we going to do?
We have our guns.
We wouldn't stand a chance with them right now. Too many people here. We'll have to wait till later when so many of them aren't around. Then we can make our move.
But what are they going to do with us now?
Well, let's wait and see.
Through chatting.
Yes, and their leader is coming toward us.
We hear strangers.
We found one of your people outside beyond the mountains. We wanted to tell you that he was dead.
The hag of Beltane followed him. A spectral woman clothed in the garb of black. She rode upon his shoulders and struck him down.
The old woman I saw last night, remember?
Your eyes perceived the hag of Beltane.
I saw someone last night, an old woman.
And did she hear a wailing sound?
Yes, we did.
Then she has served Cromm well. For she destroyed a traitor who was afraid to feed the hunger of Cromm. And she sent back 3 to take his place. Aye, Cromm will be joyful tonight.
What do you mean by that?
Surely you must know that he has been chosen to be sacrificed to Cromm. And before the Council of 12, he should be happy, strangers. Tonight, when the moon is full and high beside Beltane, then shall ye meet Cromm and satisfy his hunger with your blood.
The leader raised his arm, and in an instant we were surrounded by these strange people. They led us to a structure directly behind the golden idol of Cromm. It was surrounded by a half-circle of trees, giant oaks, a half-circle such as the 12 stone idols made, fanning out on either side of Cromm. They secured the doors and put a guard outside, lest we should try to escape.
What are we going to do?
There's nothing we can do right now. We'll have to wait.
We still have our guns and ammunition.
How much ammunition did you bring?
A couple of boxes. You?
About the same.
Jack, how much do you know about the Druids?
Just a little.
What about the ceremonial sacrifice?
Well, they built a fire tonight, a colossal fire. They call it the Beltane fire.
Then what happens?
They'll expect us to run through it. The sacrificial altar is on the other side, just before the golden idol of Cromm. They think the fire purifies us, makes us fit to be sacrificed to Cromm.
How horrible.
Our only chance is in trying to escape.
Yes, but how?
Fire. The Beltane fire.
What?
What?
I think I have an idea that they let us escape. At any rate, it's worth trying. If it works, we'll live. If it doesn't, it won't make any difference to us after we're dead. I outlined my plan to Matt and Susan. They wouldn't make any move to escape until we stood before the Beltane fire. Then we'd make the move and hope that we succeeded. They kept us there without any food or water. As the sun settled down behind the western peaks and the darkening blue filtered through the sky, there was a great deal of activity outside. As the evening arrived, the drums began. They'll be coming for us soon now. Here, hold these in your hand.
Oh, I hope this works.
I smell smoke.
It kindled the fire, man. Hey, don't fight them. We're ready.
Come on. Take them to the Beltane fire.
Look, a gigantic bonfire.
Why, the flames must be 100 feet high.
Don't forget what you have to do.
Right.
The faces on those idols almost seem to be alive.
Especially the gold one.
Jack, I'm so sorry.
Fine for that matter.
Out there. And the ladies outside. We stand before ye, Cromm, with not one of them, but 3. We know that he will fire upon us, Cromm, or he shall walk through the Beltane fire, through the altar of sacrifice.
All right, throw the bullets into the fire now.
Why don't they go off?
Time for them to heat up.
They're all going to go off in a second. Make a run for it.
I didn't think we'd ever make it.
Well, I didn't think they would either.
I'll never appreciate anything the way I appreciate this hunting lash. But I'm going to stop. I don't want to be anywhere near what I saw today.
Strange, isn't it? Only 2,000 years old, and older, undoubtedly. The belief of the Druids and the magical properties of the oak tree, and the strange ceremony of the Beltane fire. Still believed in many parts of the world. Ceremony's been changed, of course, but they still make offerings to Cromm.
Cromm shall exist as long as those who believe in him shall exist. Looking then into the shadows, what seems there? Is the idol of Cromm.
Tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.